Weissenau Abbey was an imperial abbey of the Holy Roman Empire located near Ravensburg in the Swabian Circle. The abbey, a Premonstratensian monastery, was an imperial estate and therefore its abbot had seat and voice in the Reichstag as a prelate of the Swabian Bench. The abbey existed from 1145 until the secularisation of 1802 to 1803. History. The site was originally called O, then Mindrau, and finally Weissenau. The monastery was founded in 1145 by Gabizzo of Ravensburg, a ministerialist of the Welfs, and his sister Lubiesque. Its first monks and the provost Hermann came from Rot and der Rot Abbey near Memmingen. The monastery buildings were completed in 1156, and in 1172 the church was dedicated to Our Lady and St. Peter by Otto, Bishop of Constance, to whose diocese it then belonged. During the first few years of its existence it had a nunnery attached, but this was transferred to Weissenthal nearby by Provost Hermann, where it continued and existed there until the 15th century. The number of canons at Weissenau increased so rapidly that in 1183 the newly founded monastery of Swabian Abbey was recruited from there. In 1257 Weissenau was raised to the rank of an abbey, with Henry I as its first abbot. It was granted the status of an imperial abbey about this time. In the 13th and 14th centuries, Weissenau was repeatedly pillaged by warring factions. Its most severe trial came during the German Peasants' War, when the canons were temporarily driven out and the abbot Jacob Murer was replaced by the peasant Johann Wetzel. Abbot Leopold Mauch began the rebuilding of the abbey in 1708 and of the church in 1717. The church, which is in the Baroque style, was completed in 1724 by his successor Michael Helmling, and the monastic buildings by Anton Unneld, of which the Festsaal, still used for concerts, is of particular note for its elaborate stucco work. At the time of its secularization in 1802, it had 27 canons, who administered the parishes of Weissenau, Street, Jourdoch, Bodnach, Grunkraut, Thaldorf, St. Christian, Gornhofen, Oberschach and Obereisenbach. Its possessions comprised 198 estates and its jurisdiction extended over 137 villages. In all, Weissenau had 8 provosts and 41 abbots. Its last abbot, Bonaventure Brehm, died on 4 August 1818. After secularization, the former abbey became the property of the Count of Sternberg-Manderscheid, upon whose death it was bought by the government of Württemberg in 1835, but partly resold and turned into a dressmaking and bleaching concern which continued in operation in parts of the outlying premises until 2006. Since 1892, the principal buildings have been used as an asylum for the insane. The present psychiatric clinic, Die Weissenau, which also occupied the former abbot's summer residence at Rallenhof until recently. Procession of the Holy Blood. Weissenau became very well known on account of the relic of the blood of Christ which it received from Rudolf of Habsburg in 1283. Up to 1783 the famous Blutrot, similar to that of the neighboring Weingarten Abbey, took place every year. It consisted of a solemn procession during which the relic was carried by a priest on horseback, accompanied by many other riders and a large crowd. The relic is still preserved in the old abbey church, which now serves as the parish church of Weissenau. Reference to it is made in the medieval epic Lohengrin Gallery.